The latest reports of conversion and Ghar Wapasi now from Bihar. First, alleged conversions on Christmas, then a Ghar Wapasi program organized by the VHP 4 days later. With many allegations and counter-allegations, Alok Pandey and Habib Ali try to get to the bottom of the incidents.
At Gaya's Atiya village, just 8 kilometers away from tourist hotspot Bodh Gaya, tension that began on Christmas Day has carried on into the new year. In the last 10 days, this village in Bihar's Gaya district has hit the headlines over reports of alleged conversions here, with the Vishwa Hindu Parishad even organizing a Ghar Wapasi program in this area. On the ground though, villagers here tell us that realities are very different. Trouble started when local media started reporting about an alleged mass conversion drive at this church in the village on Christmas Day. But villagers like Vinod Manjhi claim that 42 families, part of the Mahadalit community at the village, have been following Christian traditions since 2007 itself, though they have not officially converted.
जैसा कि हम लोग 2007 से मनाते हैं, बिल्कुल इसी तरह से 25 तारीख को भी हम लोग मनाए।
लेकिन तो मतलब आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ऑफिशियली आप लोग आधिकारिक तौर पे कभी आप लोग मतलब धर्म परिवर्तन आप लोगों ने नहीं किया?
ना, हम लोगों ने धर्म परिवर्तन नहीं किया।
A little outside the village, Shiv Shankar and his father, the first people to embrace a Christian way of life in this village in 2007, reject allegations by Hindu organizations of being ringleaders in a conversion drive here.
जब ये धर्म निरपेक्ष देश है, तो सर यहाँ किसी भी धर्म मानने की हमारा मौलिक अधिकार है, और मौलिक अधिकार को यदि कोई दबाने का सर प्रयास करता है, तो मान के चलिए कि वो कानून को तख्ते पर रख कर करके वो गैर कानूनी ढंग से वो काम करना चाहता है इस देश में।
4 days after the allegations of conversion at Atiya, a Ghar Wapasi program was hurriedly organized at the village. In attendance, the Gaya BJP MP Hari Manjhi and other Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Bajrang Dal leaders. Most of these villagers say they stayed away.
हम लोग को जो गांव में भी इतना अच्छा से सुधरा हुआ है, इस तरीका से हमारा गांव नहीं था। जो भी प्रोग्राम हो रही थी उसमें देखा, फोटो वगैरह खींचा, इस तरीका से वो मीडिया वाला बोल दिया कि धर्म परिवर्तन हो रहा है, लेकिन ऐसी बात नहीं है। हम लोग 2007 से कर रहे थे।
देखिए, उस दिन ऐसा है कि प्रशासन के इतने दबाव रहा, हमने देखा कि हम वहाँ लगता है कि एक छावनी में तब्दील कर दिया गया वहाँ प्रशासन के माध्यम से। उस गांव से लोगों को आगे बढ़ने नहीं दिया, धारा 144 वहाँ पर लागू कर दिया।
The Bihar government has so far maintained an inquiry will be ordered if needed, and that they have no role except when there are forcible conversions. For these villagers, though, the aggressive religious posturing by both sides and the media attention are what they would rather avoid. In Gaya's Atiya village with Bimlendu Chaitanya and camera person Habib Ali, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Joining us now in our Delhi studios, Father Savari Muthu Shankar, he is a spokesperson of the Catholic Archdiocese of Delhi. Also, Pawan Verma, Rajya Sabha MP from the JDU, Professor Rakesh Sinha, RSS ideologue, and Aman Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP, will also be joining us. Pawan Verma, just coming to you, this particular case seems to be more of people trying to utilize both the Christian traditions. They hadn't converted to Christianity, but they were trying to give up alcohol addiction, they were trying to get more education, and yet trying to stay Hindu because they were Mahadalit. Is that your information as well, sir?
No, my information is that currently the cadres of the RSS and the front organizations such as the Dharm Jagran Samiti, the VHP, the Bajrang Dal, they are trying to create a story out of the possibility of a conversion to Christianity, to blow it out of proportion, in order to proceed with their mass campaign of Ghar Wapasi, which is proceeding on the basis of allurement, force and coercion, and with a very transparent aim of using this as an instrument to divide society on communal grounds.
But if you're saying it's forcible, then isn't the state government responsible to act?
Yes, indeed, if it's a forcible conversion, then an inquiry the government, state government is more than willing to do, but your own reporter is reporting that while they may have been influenced by some tenets of a better life, by being exposed to what another religion is saying, they have remained Hindus.
Sure.
So the point is that to blow out of proportion one instance or even create the impression of an instance in order to justify their mass campaign of reconversion through Ghar Wapasi with the very transparent aim, as I just said, of trying to polarize society on religious grounds and creating social
Let me get
instability
Professor
for
Rakesh
short-term
Sinha to
electoral
respond to that.
Dividends.
Right. Professor Sinha, the argument that is given from your side is that this has been going on for decades. It's being blown out of proportion by the other side, the opposition, because the BJP is in power?
I am really amazed to see here Mr. Pavan Verma. He is a person who has been writing on culture and civilization, but now he is acting just like a spokesperson of the missionaries. It is not out of proportion. Just I am asking one question. There are two kinds of secularism. One is top-down secularism. That is, one example is Turkey, where constitutional means state apparatus created society as a secular society. India is a bottom-top secularism. Here the society is secular. Our tradition is secular. We Hindus are secular this is legacy of Hindu civilization. That's why constitution is secular. We are not secular because of the constitution. When Article 25 gives you the right to propagate,
sure,
that does not give you right to expand your religion. Here is a demographic aggression by the missionaries. It is not for the first time. Had it been the first time, then you could have blamed the BHP and RSS. But the Congress government had formulated or framed in 6 states the anti-conversion law.
Correct.
When they just go through the debate in the Madhya Pradesh Assembly in 1960s, when there was a fierce debate by the Congress MLAs, socialist MLAs against the conversion.
Sure.
Niyogi Commission was formed.
I can see
so
Mr.
RSS just demanded
Mr. Pavan Verma
the debate
wants
on
to
the
respond, but
conversion
just let me get in
level.
Father Muthusankar. Tell us what you think is happening on the ground here. Is it because the BJP is in power that these incidents are getting highlighted, or is there actually some...
Actually, if you look back into history, at least for the last few decades after independence, every time there has been a debate on anti-conversion law, there have been sequence of events orchestrated by so-called fringe groups, Hindutva groups, and then this issue comes up. Whereas otherwise it's all quiet. So all that has been happening last 2-3 months, it's all orchestrated. As Verma has said, there is nothing. You are blowing it out of proportion just to create an atmosphere where you want to debate and bring in a law.
No, I have serious objection of you are calling fringe group to the RSS BHP. You are not fringe group.
Right.
No,
that's a completely,
let me intervene here.
The RSS and the...
When Morarji Desai was the Prime Minister, Morarji Desai was the Prime Minister when he contested Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa wrote a letter against O.P. Tyagi's bill against conversion in the Lok Sabha. Then Morarji Desai told Mother Teresa on 21st April 1979.
Pavan Verma, you wanted to comment there on both the points that Professor Rakesh Sinha was making, and what is your position vis-a-vis a national law?
I am just telling you that
let Mr. Verma respond.
They are officially declaring they are known as crypto Christians.
Right.
And the Bihar
Professor Sinha, let Mr. Verma respond.
Crypto Christians.
Yeah.
You are converting people to take the advantage of their reservation.
Let Mr. Verma respond here.
First, I want to assure Sinha Sahab that I am not a missionary. I am a very firm
you are speaking as a spokesperson.
I believe in the grandeur of Hinduism, and I refuse to have Hinduism devalued to the level of lumpen half-litered elements. That is one point. Secondly, let me assure you that I agree that Christianity is a proselytizing religion and there could have been conversions in the past. I also am willing to concede that there could be the occasional conversion even now on the basis of coercion or allurement or false promise or hope.
Sure.
I am trying to make the point to you that such instances are not the norm and there are existing laws to act against them, and they should certainly not be made the excuse for the absolutely motivated program being carried out by your organization, Sinha Sahab, to carry out Ghar Wapasi, as if people who have converted to a particular religion are unhappy and not in their own home and need to come
let me
back
get
to Ghar.
Professor
I can tell you one
right.
thing. No, let me also, he quoted Article 25. I want to say to him, so let me complete the argument, Amitabh, and then you can take it back.
Right.
Article 25 gives you the freedom to profess, practice and propagate your religion.
Yes.
It also gives you the freedom of conscience. The attempt by the BJP to use their Ghar Wapasi program to bring an anti-conversion law is to actually try and justify the exceptionally draconian laws which act against freedom of conscience.
Yes.
In Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, sir, the laws are such. The laws are such.
Mr. Verma, you have completed your point. Just listen to other point of view.
Okay. I did not interrupt you.
Let me further this debate. Let me further this debate by
in the privacy of your home.
Let me respond, Amitabh. Let me respond to
Mr. Sure. Professor, I'll come to you as well. Let me get in our fourth voice, Aman Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP. Professor, I'll just come to you. Professor, I'll just come to you. Aman Sinha of the BJP is joining us. Unfortunately, we have some technical problems, so he's on the phone line with us. Mr. Sinha, you would have missed a large part of this debate, but just wanted to bring you in on the question that there are reports that the Prime Minister himself, whether I can use the word threaten or not, I'm not sure, but threatened to quit if RSS and other elements did not stop these programs. Your BJP president has also gone on record to say this is not a government program, these conversions. Have you seen, one, your development agenda getting sidetracked by reports of these kinds, and two, you not being able to do much work in parliaments, especially in the Rajya Sabha, and hence has the BJP put its foot down on issues like this?
No, Amitabh, you are right. Our agenda is development. Our agenda is good governance. And in fact, Mr. Amit Shah's statement, candid and honest statement, needs to be welcomed by all. And as far as BJP stand is concerned, it is amply clear from day one, we are against forced conversions. Therefore, we want a law which penalizes and discourages forced conversions. If other so-called secular, pseudo-secular parties are also against forced conversions, they should come around and support such a law which penalizes and criminalizes forced conversions. Now, the hypocrisy of all our pseudo-secular warriors stands miserably exposed before the whole nation, Amitabh, because they stall the parliament for having a debate. When we start having a debate, they run away from debate. We say that let us have a law to regulate such forced conversions and penalize it, then they say that they are not in favor of such law. So therefore, it only goes on to indicate that they just merely want to play politics over it. They do not wish to address the issue. Now, let me point out another very important thing, Anand, Amitabh, that, as far as law is concerned on this point, let me assure you there is not a single provision in IPC which criminalizes or penalizes any, attempt of forcibly converting another person.
Sure.
And in fact, most of the persons who are, accused, who are charged for such an offense, you will be surprised to know they are charged under section 420 of the IPC, which is cheating. And that happened in case of, the so-called conversion or whatever happened in Agra also, the UP government, Samajwadi Party government, they charged the accused under section 420 of IPC. So therefore, there is no provision of law which specifically addresses or criminalizes such forced conversion, and clearly there is there's a necessity for the law.